What's up, hold up, it's your Quoyah and I'm back with another video. So what is up, everybody, on this beautiful day? So if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and give me a big thumbs up. Yeah, so this is gonna be a story time about this creepy weirdo dude who, I don't know, he just wouldn't leave me alone. So let's just get right into this video. So y'all, it's so hot in here. Okay, so basically I went to the Cape a week ago. Me and my mom, we went there and we had like a really great time. We love the Cape. My mom been taking me and my family there for like a lot of years now, and it's like traditional around the summertime to go there. So yeah, so we went there in the Cape and we were staying in Hyannis. We were staying in this hotel that we like a lot. It's like really chill or whatever. So it's called the Comfort Inn. So basically it was like late at night. It was like around like 11, 12 at night. We was still awake. We was just watching TV. We was just, you know, talking, vibing, having like a great time. You know what I'm saying? Just me and my mom. So then this weirdo dude, hold on. Let me just say this. So ever since, so if we was chilling around like 11 and 12, there was like clearly somebody like at our hotel door just pacing back and forth. And unfortunately, we ended up getting like a joining room, but we didn't know that we had a neighbor in the next door because we asked her to switch our rooms and they couldn't give us nothing else except for a joining room. So we didn't know that we had a neighbor, and the people at the front desk failed to tell us that. So we did not know. And the TV wasn't even that loud. So the TV was like at like 20, maybe like 18. You know how hotel TVs are. You can't technically hear them. So you have to turn it up in order to watch TV. So what had happened was, I guess before the dude decided that he was gonna complain, he just kept opening up the joining room. But like, we couldn't really tell that he was opening it up, but I could tell that somebody kept opening the joining room, and then the man kept constantly leaving out of his hotel room and then just purposely pacing back and forth by our room door. And the reason why I said that somebody was pacing back and forth was because when I was sitting at the edge of the bed, I kept seeing like a shadow, because there was like a crack like this big underneath the hotel door, which means that you could see who's walking back and forth. So I could see somebody just constantly pacing back and forth at the door, as if like they wanted to knock but didn't know what to say or do. So it was just like it was like a little creepy. So then we didn't pay no attention until like the phone just started randomly ringing. So the hotel phone just started randomly ringing, and then I answer it. It's the front desk, and they're like, hey, listen, you're disrupting other guests, you're turning your TV up really loud. I tells the hotel dude, the manager or whoever he was on the phone, I said, listen, the TV isn't that loud. I don't understand, like, how is that a problem? So then he was like, no, the TV's extremely loud. I can hear it through the phone. We could hear it through the phone even when we're not on the phone. I'm all like, excuse me? I'm all like, is the phone like recording like our conversation or something? And then the guy tried to like overtalk me. He was like, listen, you're disrupting other guests. You need to keep it down or else I'm gonna have to call the police. So then the dude at the front desk started threatening me and my mom that he was gonna call the police just because of the TV volume that really wasn't even loud. So it just felt, so once I said, okay, fine, I'll turn it down. So once I turned it down, I guess it just wasn't turned down enough. So then somebody's knocking at the door. So I'm going to show y'all how this dude was knocking at the door. Most of the time when somebody's trying to get somebody's attention when something's too loud, they knock like this. This dude was knocking like this, as if like he didn't want nobody to know that he was knocking at our door. But there was a camera right up there that could see him constantly pacing back and forth at our hotel door and was clearly tapping on the door. So then I goes up to the door. I'm all like, hello? He was all like, you all need to turn down your TV because it's just too loud. This man had a heavy accent. I don't know where he was from. Was just like, your TV's too loud, da da da, you need to turn it down. The rest, I said, okay, no problem, I'm gonna go turn it down. And he just constantly keeps talking and talking and talking to the point that he's all like, well, come to my room and see how loud it is. So I steps out, and then he was like, come all the way into my room, and then I could just like shut the door, and then you can see how loud it is. Yeah, buddy, I don't think so. I'm not going into your hotel room. So then my mom, she was busy doing something in the room, so she didn't even know I stepped out real quick. So I'm standing at the doorway of his room. I didn't go in his room. I stepped at the doorway and I peeked my head in just so I could listen to how loud he was claiming that the TV was. So then I was standing up there, and then he was like, your TV's too loud. I said, well, sir, it's really not that loud. Your TV's off. So he's sitting in the dark in his room with his TV off. He's not watching. Okay, y'all. So basically, he didn't have nothing playing in his room. So of course you're gonna hear what the people are doing next door. He was like, you all are talking loud. You all also have music playing. So I'm gonna remind y'all, the music that my mom was playing off of her phone because she wanted to listen to some soul music, it really wasn't even that loud. It was like real, like quiet. It wasn't loud. So this man was just sitting back over exaggerating about nothing. He was like, the music's too loud, it's this, that, and the third. My mom, she really wanted to listen to music because we're having a great time. We just got there and we're trying to enjoy our time there. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm gonna go back in the room. I'm gonna go turn it down. This man just kept constantly talking. He was like, well, you're not listening and I don't want to listen to anything that you have to say. So I'm all like, I said, what? He was like, I don't want to listen to anything that you have to say. And I said, listen, sir, I'm going to go turn it down because the people in the hotel, they already warned us that they're going to call the police. So I'm going to go do that right now so that way they don't call the police. Well, I feel like I'm going to have to call the police on you because I feel like that's what I'm going to do. I said, you're threatening the police? Nigga, really? Like, what is you talking about? So then he started trying to flip every little thing that I was saying. He was literally using it against me. So then I'm just like, I'm trying to keep my cool because I'm like a little lit. You know what I'm saying? I had like 1 or 2 drinks. So I'm a little lit. So I'm keeping my cool and you're not gonna ruin my lit. So what happened was, I said, listen, like, if you just want to call the police, then go right ahead and call the police because you don't want to listen to me and I'm not going to keep on trying to talk to you and tell you that I'm leaving to go do it. So if you want to call the police, go right ahead. So then he's all like, well, I don't want to call the police at all. That's not something that I want to do. And then it's just like, so what are you bothering me for? So I'm like, okay, well, let me go turn it down because the more I'm standing here talking to you, I'm not able to do that. So then he just kept going on and on and on and on. Clearly he was lonely and he was being weird. He was eavesdropping on me and my mother when we was in our room. He was eavesdropping on us, which was really fucking weird because what are you doing eavesdropping on 2 people having a conversation and listening to music and listening to TV? So we was just watching TV, and y'all, honestly, we was watching Disney Channel. Like, I hate to sound like a little kid right now, but we was sitting there watching Disney Channel and we was listening to soul music. So what was really the issue? So then what was weird was I kept trying to leave out the room. He kept trying to constantly stall me at his door. So then it was starting to get really creepy and weird. So then when my mom realized that I wasn't coming back in the room, she peeks her head out. She's all like, okay, well, we're gonna go back and go turn the TV down. So he's like, oh, well, I can't seem to sleep because you all are having the TV so loud. She was like, listen, we're going to go turn it down. So we're gonna go do that. Okay? No problem. So then he kept going on and on. So then my mom, she was like, listen, we understand that you can't sleep, but you already look like you can't sleep. You look like you don't sleep at all. So then he gets like offended, and then we just go back in the room because it's either you want the TV down or not. So then we goes back in the room, we turns it down, we turns the music off, and then we just sitting there vibing. He comes back and just kept tapping on the door. So then I'm all like, what is he, y'all? I'm all like, what is he tapping on the door for again? So then we go over, I go over to the door. I said, what's the issue? He was like, it's still too loud. Your TV's too loud. Y'all, if the TV was on 20, we turned it down to 15. What are you talking about? And then he just kept constantly knocking on the door, knocking on the door. And he was just like, the TV's too loud. The TV's too loud. You all need to turn it down. Just because you want to go to bed doesn't mean that everybody else in the hotel has to go to bed. So y'all, what was kind of strange was it that he was sitting back picking on me and my mom. Well, there was other people doing the same exact thing that we was doing, but louder. So then he's all like, well, you all need to turn down the TV. Y'all need to turn down the TV. And then my mom was like, listen, what's the issue? We turned down the TV already. What is the issue? He was all like, well, I didn't know that was your mom. Because if I had known that that's your mom, I wouldn't have said anything. And I'm all like, what do you mean if you had known that was my mom? Like, you're being a weirdo. It sounded like you purposely was trying to flirt with me but didn't know how. So then when you realized I was there with my mother, then you started trying to get a little weird. So something that was a little strange about all of that, we tried to talk to him, we spoke to him, and then after that we went inside our room. We turned the TV down even louder, but I mean not louder, we turned it down even more. And then he finally stopped knocking at the door, but it just sort of seemed like he was still listening to our conversation still, because then he came back and said that we was talking too loud. So then me and my aunt was like, listen, we have the right to talk. We paid for this room just like you did. So then another thing that he mentioned, he said, he basically looked at me and my mom and basically called us like project people, but like said like, oh, well, this isn't like the project, so like you can't sit back and like do everything that you do while living like in the projects. And it's like, what does the projects have to do with that? And y'all, let me tell you something, the hotel wasn't even a 5-star hotel. The hotel was literally a 3-star. What are you talking about projects? And then my mom, she was all like, so what do you think this is? Like the Hilton or like the Hampton Inn or something? Like, this isn't a 5-star hotel. Like, you gotta be like fucking kidding me. So then this dude gets like offended and he's all like, oh, well, that's not the point. The point is you all just keep on blasting the music and the TV, and then you're talking loud, and it's just so much, and this is what people do like in the projects and blah blah blah. And it's like, now you're being a little racist. You're saying that we're project people because of the color of our skin. Like, go on somewhere. So then I was like, listen, sir, like, that just sounds a little racist, you know, blah, blah, blah. He was like, well, I'm not being racist at all because I come from blah, blah, blah. I said, listen, what you're saying is like a bit racist, and you shouldn't say stuff like that if you don't want people to misinterpret what you say. But y'all, it just was going on and on since there. But gladly, I mean, we was just very thankful that we did not end up getting kicked out, because he just kept complaining and complaining. And then y'all, I'm not even finished. So then day 2 of us being there, we was trying to enjoy like basically our last night being there, because we didn't get to stay there for that long. So we was like enjoying our last night being there. This is day 2. We was basically quiet all day because we weren't in the room all day. So then when we came back at night, of course we wanted to, you know, enjoy our basically last night being there and having fun. So basically we had our TV low but medium, but then we was like, we paid for this room just like he did. So then he comes back and he's like knocking on the door, pacing back and forth all over again, y'all. All over again. Like, I swear to God, he comes back day 2 thinking that excuse me, he could come back and tell us what to do. Day 2, we was just not going for that. If the hotel people got a problem, they can just call. The hotel people, they didn't even call because there was no issue. Like, you're making it seem like it's something bigger than what it is. You're doing too much. Like, I just found myself like really getting like really irritated because me and my mom, we went away to, you know, have fun and to enjoy our time away, not to basically be harassed by a dude who's miserable and unhappy and needs a girl. You can literally go down the street because where we were staying, there's bars and stuff literally down the street in downtown Hyannis where there's females basically everywhere looking to have a great time. The dude was a weirdo stalker. He was spying on me and my mom coming in and out of our hotel room. He was constantly just walking back and forth. It was like we should have called the police because it was an unsafe situation for me and my mother, and for him to be stalking us like that was just very much inappropriate and just so like terrible. But anyway, this will be it for this video. Thank y'all so much for listening. And listen, if you all ever have like a problem like this, just call the police. Don't wait, don't even bother answering the door or talking with the person. Just call the police, because this was definitely one of those situations where it turned into a very unsafe situation where the police was needed to be called. So if you all ever have to go through something like that. But anyway, this will be it for this video. Besides that, me and my mom, we had a great time at the Cape. It was very refreshing, very relaxed, and we just had like a really great time. It was fun being around my mom. But anyway, y'all, this will be it for this video. So don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and y'all pray that I can get some air conditioning because a girl is hot. So y'all comment down below what videos or what y'all like me to post next. My Instagram is at the bottom of the screen. Follow me on Instagram. Feel free to DM me. You know, let me know which videos you like me to do or what videos is most your favorite. But yeah, so this will be it for this video. Bye.